Most developers think one AI assistant is enough. They're wrong. In fact, relying on a single tool, even one as powerful as GitHub Copilot, actually slows down a senior-level workflow. Here is the brutal truth. Single-tool AI is great for boilerplate, but it fails the moment you hit complex architectural decisions or deep debugging. I've spent the last decade building scalable systems. I've used every AI tool on the market. So, for the past 7 days, I stripped my workflow bare. I replaced my standard setup with a specific trio of AI assistants to see if more actually meant faster. The results were surprising. I didn't just code faster. I spent less time fighting the AI and more time designing the solution. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact 3-tool stack I used, why Copilot alone is a bottleneck, and how you can combine these tools to actually 10x your output without introducing a mountain of technical debt. Here's the truth. Relying on a single AI tool creates a dangerous illusion of productivity. You feel like you're flying. You're cranking out lines of code faster than ever. But then the bug happens. Not a simple syntax error. A deep logic flaw. A hallucination that looks perfectly plausible, but silently breaks your entire state management. Now you're trapped in the AI loop. You try to fix the error. The AI suggests a fix. You accept it. It breaks something else. This is where the senior workflow dies. When you rely on one tool, you're limited by that tool's specific context, window, and training bias. You stop thinking like an architect and start acting like a glorified copy-paster. You're not actually coding faster. You're just generating technical debt at 10x speed. For a junior, that's a learning curve. For a senior or a tech lead, that's a liability. You end up spending 3 hours debugging a 5-second AI suggestion. That's not efficiency. That's a bottleneck. If your workflow is just prompt and pray, you aren't using AI to level up. You're letting it cap your ceiling. Here is the cold truth. Copilot is a world-class autocomplete tool. But senior engineering isn't about typing faster. It's about managing context. When you rely on one tool, you hit a ceiling. You spend more time correcting hallucinations than actually architecting. For the last 7 days, I scrapped the one-tool mentality. I moved to a triad workflow. Here is exactly how it works. First, Cursor AI. Cursor isn't just another VS Code fork. It is an AI-native IDE. The killer feature here is the codebase indexing. In Copilot, you're often fighting to give the AI enough context via open tabs. In Cursor, the AI already knows your entire project. I used the Composer mode to refactor a legacy auth flow across 4 different files simultaneously. It didn't just suggest a snippet, it understood the dependency graph. It's the difference between hiring a freelancer who sees one file and a lead dev who knows the whole repo. But even the best IDEs hallucinate APIs. That's where the second tool comes in, Perplexity AI. Stop using Google for documentation. Seriously. Perplexity is my research layer. When I need to implement a new library or debug a breaking change in a framework, I go here first. Why? Because it cites its sources. I can verify the documentation version in real time. No more guessing if the AI is giving me a deprecated SDK from 2022. It's the truth engine that feeds the coding engine. Now you're wondering, why keep GitHub Copilot at all? Because for the grunt work, it's still the king of muscle memory. The boilerplate, the unit tests, the repetitive mapping of DTOs. Copilot handles the microcontext. It predicts the next 3 lines of code before I even think them. Using Cursor for a simple loop is overkill. Copilot is the high-speed conveyor belt for the small stuff. Let's look at the synergy. The workflow is simple. Perplexity for the how, the research and API validation. Cursor for the where, the architectural implementation and code-base-wide changes. And Copilot for the now, the rapid-fire execution. When I used only one tool, I spent 20% of my time fighting the AI's lack of context. With this stack, that friction is gone. I'm not just coding faster, I'm thinking clearer. So, the final verdict. Using just one tool is like using a hammer for a screw. It works, but it's messy. By stacking Cursor for the codebase, Copilot for the autocomplete, and Perplexity for the documentation, my velocity didn't just increase. It shifted. I cut my boilerplate time by 60% and reduced debugging loops by half. If you want to build this exact stack, I've put the links to Cursor, Copilot, and Perplexity in the description below. Some of these have special trials or discounts, so grab them while you can. But remember, tools don't make you a senior dev. Your architectural decisions do. If this workflow helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more brutal tech reviews. Now, go build something great.